No matter how well you perform in Athletes Unlimited, all great players hate to lose. Ali Mastriani is ready to bounce back from Thursday's setback. Same for Britt Reed, who rarely loses her cool. When powerful storms blew through the area yesterday, it was a loss of playing time for hard-shooting Charlotte North, who now has a new score to settle, where it's okay for young fans to lose their minds. With Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. It's Athletes Causes Week. Let the games begin. Week 3 of Season 4 with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse continues from Sparks, Maryland, where a captain's work is never done. Today, Charlotte North pilots her squad against the team led by Ali Kennedy. You can file this as AU 101. There are 56 players battling to be just one individual champion. We play with 14 athletes per side, and those teams change every week with a captain's draft. The scoring system covers every aspect of the game over a 12-game run through 4 weeks. It is so nice to see you again. Alongside Courtney Martinez-Connor, a 5-time national champion at Maryland, I'm Joe Beninati. Field reporter Kylie Ohlmiller will be stepping in soon. Ali Kennedy's team had the day off yesterday due to some bad weather. How do we expect that to help them?
You know, anytime you can give your body an extra day's rest, good things are going to come from it. Now, they're still in search of their very first win, Ali Kennedy, as well as her entire team. So I do expect that they worked a little bit more on game plans as well.
NCAA point-scoring record holder Kylie Ohlmiller is on the sidelines with us. And Kylie, this game today features 2 first-time captains. How have they fared so far?
These 2 are naturals. Both Ali and Charlotte are new to being captains here in AU Pro Lacrosse, but they're not new to being leaders. Throughout listening to their huddles so far this weekend, they're game planning, they're setting up X's and O's, and they have lots of words of wisdom from these Team USA standouts.
As we pull focus on today's first game, Court, we think Team North has a not-so-secret weapon in Libby Rosenzweig.
You know, Libby has the draw down pat. Whether the ball is in her stick immediately or she's just being a true athlete, she sights the ball well, which is really important. You got to have fast hands, quick reflexes, and you got to see the ball as you're moving. But don't forget about her as an attacker. She is lethal in tight around the crease.
Kylie, there's no doubt, however, who the power hitter will be in this lineup.
Charlotte North is a dangerous goal scorer because she knows how to depict the defensive game plan of the other team so well. She works to switch her matchup using picks and is seeing her teammates on the backside when they're open. But ultimately, when it is time to take over, you can count on number 88 to do so in highlight reel fashion.
She sure does it. Over on the Team Kennedy side, Court, we expect Meg Dowdy to be a factor on defense.
You know, for all my young defenders out there, watch how she sits low. She moves her feet. It's the footwork, it's small, short steps, the communication, the sliding, the hedging and showing. She is a true defensive leader.
Kylie, the captain for the team dressed in blue, had better be a spark plug today.
Ali Kennedy is known for her speed in the midfield, and to see her be a leader stepping up as captain this week has been really fun. You'll see number 42 all over the field today, quite literally, scoring big goals, dashing through defenders in the midfield, and causing havoc for her matchups on defense. She's a player you want on your side, not necessarily on the other.
Ali Kennedy, the speed merchant through the midfield area, captaining her squad to this point in the week with a mark of 0-1. Team North will be dressed in purple with a record of 1-0. Folks, we like to treat the viewers to an access pass to the field. Lizzie Colson is mic'd up today amid the action.
Let's go.
Lizzie, I'm going to guess that yesterday was an unwanted day off for your group.
Yeah, no, we're definitely ready to get out here. 2 days in this league feels like a lifetime, so we're itching to play.
Lizzie, you look at your defense and you have some USA teammates on there, plus a newbie, Trinity McPherson. How do you gel so quickly from when rosters change from week to week?
Every player here is just so talented. Like, my defense is stacked, and I would trust them with any play, any situation. So even a rookie like Trin coming in here, I just have all the trust in the world in a player like that. So they make my job easy.
Lizzie, we can tell there was no decaf earlier today. Go get them.
Yeah, thanks.
25 in the blue is ready to go. Team North against Team Kennedy. This Sunday with temperatures in the low 80s, it's muggy. The officials, Lynn Bowers, Julie Wakis, Ronnie Anton, Kim Kramer, and Erica Leslie as we close in on the opening draw. Ali Mastriani gets 4 points for her leaderboard tally with a draw control possession. And Team Kennedy gets things going in blue. Have a peek at the leaderboard. It'll be changing just about with every play, up and down. Players earn points as individuals and with their teams. When you notice the colors to the left of the names, those are corresponding to the jersey colors they're wearing this week. Week 3 of 4 in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Sam Geyer's back, wheels from behind the cage. The flip for Kennedy. Right back to Geyer's back, who was broken up there, bumped by Ball on her way to the cage. There's a 60-second shot clock in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. We play 6-on-6 here at the offensive end. Sydney Black, great look inside. Aldave robbed by Kaylee Waters. What a difference a day makes. Moreau speeds back the other way. Waters and Team North, technically what was game 15 against Team Marino, has been suspended to Monday morning. At the time in the third quarter with a severe weather delay, it was 13-5 for Team Marino. Waters got off to a rough start. Marino's team cashed in on the first 7 shots against her. First offensive possession for Macera with the captain in 88 purple. Bouncer from North. She yanked that one wide of Britt Reed. Erica Evans will bring it in off the sideline. Kenzie Kent, measured by Spillis. Kent, playmaker, quick feed Macera, guided to the alley there by Mastriani. Shot clock's at 5. North against Courtney Taylor. Jump shot stabbed by Britt Reed.
First offensive set for Team North. We saw a bunch of different isolation looks from those high elbows.
Mastriani feeds. Black settles, rings it off the crossbar. Around and out, Black to her own rebound. Will freshen up again for Team Kennedy in blue.
Team Kennedy can take their time. Ali Mastriani, as she trails in from that defensive end. Anytime you can get a trail look, change the pace of play.
Geyer's back, took her eyes off that pass. It's a turnover. Back to Team North in the purple. Folks, for every quarter we play in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, there are 20 points available when you win each frame. So all 14 players on your roster will earn points per quarter. If any score at the end of a quarter is tied, it'll carry over. The next quarter will be worth 40. Evans stick checked well there, and in transition, Ali Kennedy comes up with the scoop.
Cassidy Spillis, you saw defensively, she stayed goal side from her attacker. She was moving her feet. She went for the check. She didn't overextend, and that's the key. Whenever you're going for a cause turnover, you don't want to overcommit your body. That way, in case you miss the stick, you're still in good defensive positioning, but that's a +10 for her.
Geyer's back, looking to break the seal on the scoring here. Kennedy was hit up high, no foul called. Ball down, Dorney keeps it alive at midfield, 44 in the purple. Hannah not able to rake this one along to herself, but Charlotte North takes it and sprints towards the cage. North fires and scores! Charlotte North.
Credit the team in purple on defense. They're the ones who generated this cause turnover, getting the ball back to their offense. It was Dorney coming out of that backside with Megan Ball, and then Charlotte North scooping up the GB. She was off to the races. There's 1, 2, 3. A lot of eyes are on her. What they didn't expect was for her to keep challenging towards the goal, and that's what kind of froze the entire defense, and as well as the goalkeeper, Britt Reed, and opened up that lane for Charlotte.
Charlotte got right up off the floor there and immediately sprinted down to her defense just to kind of continue the hype, get them really excited to continue playing and getting their offense the ball.
Goals in 18 straight games for Charlotte North. The last time she was held off the board in this league, you got to go back to the first week of last summer. North approaching record-setting single-season goal totals. That record of 36 markers held by Sam Apuzzo back in year 1 of AU Pro Lacrosse. That was a 15-game season, and Apuzzo racked up 36. Kennedy with draw control. Allie Kennedy earlier this summer had a game in which, Courtney, she produced better than 200 points. You do that on the leaderboard, you're bound to skyrocket. First time captain, 42 in the blue. Mastriani rolls back against Katrina Geiger. Sydney Black keeping it on the outside for Andy Aldave.
You know, I think every single defense here in AU Pro Lacrosse, they've really recognized sending double early or looking for the rollback double just to kind of catch the attacker in a position of vulnerability.
Feed it inside, Aldave turns and scores. Andy Aldave with a neat finish.
Andy Aldave, number 31 in blue. She makes her living off of just cutting so very well. Allie Kennedy got the ball from Geyer's back, had it for all of maybe a second before she saw a streaking Andy Aldave, who was just waiting in and around the crease. Sometimes it looks easy when you're catch, turning, and finishing, but you gotta remember they have to shoot around a goalie.
And Courtney, you were just talking about how the defenses here in AU Pro Lacrosse have really kind of got their game plan down about how to send slides and those hedges coming early. When that happens, you have to make sure that you move the ball on offense quickly in order to find an open cutter just like that in Andy Aldave.
Kylie, that's real estate you attackers love. Point blank there. Aldave, who had 3 assists back on Thursday. Kylie Oldmiller, our field reporter, played 3 summers of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. She's missing 2024 due to an injury. Working with us on the TV crew as we're halfway through thereabouts of this opening frame. Deadlocked at 1, North and Aldave exchanging markers. Geyer's back has been extremely productive. In the MVP voting twice last week. Mastriani feeds. This Twizzler goes wide. It was Spillis who sent it on the way. Backed up on the end line there by Sydney Black. Closest to the ball on a missed shot in lacrosse. Where and when it leaves the playing surface gets possession. Black working in, feed it inside, score! Spillis with a quick stick.
Joe, this is gonna be a challenge for Team Kennedy. They felt like Cassidy Spillis had her toes outside of that crease area. Each team allowed to have a challenge. As we take another look back, Sydney Black with the nifty stick work in and around the defense. She was able to find Cassidy Spillis.
This is a blue challenge for the goal that we took away.
And to me, it looks like her toes are outside of the goal circle.
If I heard Lynn Bowers correctly, the officials took that one away?
Correct.
So
Correct.
This obviously should be challenged by facilitator Catherine Conway, because when you look at that replay, 82 blue, Spillis was definitely outside the goal circle and didn't trail off into it. I didn't realize that the officials overturned it on the field.
Oh, they overturned it? You already had Team North sprinting out of the defensive end with the ball in their stick, so they were capitalizing. You have to call that challenge within the first 20 seconds, otherwise the goal would still not stand.
Here we itemize what teams can challenge, and we should point out there are no coaches in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. There are facilitators, and when we say that, Catherine Conway on the sideline for Team Kennedy, Christy Foote on the sideline for Team North, they're helpers, they're advisors. It's a support staff for the captains.
Yeah, you have players who are on the field as captains oftentimes throughout the entire game, whether in goal, running midfield at both ends, so it can be hard to manage. Obviously, Charlotte is an attacker, so whenever the ball is on the defensive end, she's a little bit more freed up to communicate what she's looking for. But those facilitators are there to enact what you've already discussed in terms of game plan.
We understand the officials have made their ruling. They're going to give this credit to Cassidy Spillis. Lynn Bowers will inform the crowd.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. The offensive player received the catch within the goal circle, and therefore it's no goal. Going this way, purple ball.
Ooh, I'm confused.
I am too, Joe. I overheard one of the referees walk away and say that it was a goal. So I'm confused down here too, as is Team Kennedy.
Black to Spillis. Spillis is outside the circle. She's inside the restricted area. Her cross is inside the circle.
So I feel like what the referee said was she grabbed the ball inside of the goal circle, but Kylie, correct me if I'm wrong, that's allowed.
The cross definitely broke the plane of the goal circle. After the review, the goal from Spillis comes down. We remain tied at 1 apiece. Charlotte North has the goal for her squad, dressed in purple. North going to the cage again. She scores. North on the dead sprint hits pay dirt.
Charlotte's explosiveness and protection of her stick are what set her apart. Charlotte, as she is bobbing and weaving inside, look at her positioning as she has put her team on top.
Will vote for MVP at the end of every game. Third choice earns 15 points.
Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is sponsored by the U.S. Air Force. Enjoying the action today with lacrosse faithful at USA Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, Maryland. Some 20 minutes north of Baltimore. Temperatures in the low 80s. As we get going in this opening quarter, Charlotte North has a pair for her squad. Team North one better than the Andy Aldave goal for Team Kennedy. Courtney, so far, what have you seen from pace of play?
You know, they're playing fast. They're not slowing anything down too much, which, you know, when you get into a track meet, it's going to be the players who are most fit on the field that are going to stand the test of time, because these games are running at about that 2-hour time mark.
So, folks, Charlotte North scored 30 seconds after this goal was overturned. The goal we're going to show you, Cassidy Spillis' goal for Team Kennedy, it does not count. The initial call on the field was no goal. It was challenged subsequently by Team Kennedy facilitator Catherine Conway. And still, after official review, the goal was overturned. Kylie Ohlmiller can give us more of an explanation.
Yeah, speaking with head referee Lynn Bowers at the break here, the goal was overturned originally on the field, so it was the correct call on the field for them, because in the rule book for AU Pro Lacrosse, the attacker cannot catch the ball inside of the goal circle. So if her feet are outside of the line, but her hands are inside of it and she catches the ball in there, that counts as inside the crease. If the shooter follows through into the crease and releases her shot, that's allowed, but we cannot catch it on the inside, bring it back out, and that's what Cassidy Spillis did.
The review did show it.
There you go.
You'll see it when it's frozen. Where is the cross? The cross breaking the plane of the goal circle. Sharp call from the officials. Saving grace for Kaylee Waters and Team North. And then just a half a minute later, 88 would strike and give them a lead with 4:20 to go in the opening quarter of play. 10-minute quarters in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse here on ESPN. Joe and Courtney up top. You just heard from Kylie Ohlmiller, our field reporter. It's the first of 2 games today. Headline, top of the marquee matchup. Team Marino and Team Apuzzo will come later on. Allie Kennedy's squad in complete control when it comes to draw possession so far. The team in blue has taken the first 4 down for themselves. Geyer's back roll dodge. The bouncer snuffed out by Waters. You have 20 seconds to clear the midline in AU Pro Lacrosse. Team Kennedy came up short against Team Marino 7-6 back on Thursday. It was the lowest scoring game of the summer. Team North prevailed over Team Apuzzo Thursday night with an 11-8 decision. This is Amy Moreau at the 8-meter key. Fidgets there, plays it back to Kenzie Kent. Score from outside the 8-meter key. 2 points for your team, 16 for yourself. Charlotte North, the all-time leader when it comes to twos. She settles for one, and that's her third of the day.
What's great about Charlotte North and the entire offense that she put together, a lot of veterans. First, the ball began with Kenzie Kent. She has made a living out of being behind the goal. So Amy Moreau found her at X. That's right behind the cage. Kenzie's eyes are up the entire time. She initially was trying to feed to Charlotte popping out. Charlotte, rightly so, backdoored. Her defense was overplaying her. Kenzie, ever the facilitator, the feeder, knew exactly where to put that ball into space. And then the protection. This is the second goal in a row that she is protecting her stick through those swings coming in.
You said it, Courtney. I was going to talk about how Charlotte was protecting her stick because the defenders were not necessarily expecting her to catch that ball or get that ball. She really worked for it, like you mentioned. Kenzie Kent putting it to space for her to run onto. But Charlotte's doing a nice job at getting herself open.
Kent, all-time leader in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse when it comes to assists. For every helper you get this season, you pick up 6 points on the leaderboard summary. The quest for those 20 quarter win points in control now for the team dressed in purple. Team North has the 3-1 advantage, latter stages of the opening frame. Massera with a good speed, zipped that one wide of Britt Reed. North brings it back in off the end line, loses Courtney Taylor with great speed, then flips for Erica Evans. Canadian-born attacker on the exchange for North. Charlotte zips one inside, gets away from Evans, ball down, Dowdy looking for a scoop. Instead, it comes up for Rosenzweig. She'll bowl this one for Massera. Shot clock's at 12. North drawing the double, sidewinder, fought off there by Britt Reed in the cage. Reed among the all-time leaders in stat points. Shovel shot there from Kenzie Kent, stopped by Reed. She volleyball spikes this one down to the turf. And then pounces on it in the goal circle with 2:05 left in the opening 10 minutes.
You know, if you look at the shot selection, obviously Charlotte North and her team, they're up 3-1. They're potentially already heading to getting this first quarter points. That's 20 that would be banked to the entire team. But the offense of Team Kennedy, they can move just as quick. Sam Geyer's back. Nifty left-handed move. Sydney Black, so quick. We've already seen her do a swim move here in AU Pro Lacrosse this season.
Ellie Kennedy staring daggers at Moreau. Aldave switches to Mastriani. She'll play it back behind. Geyer's back with Black on this side. Sydney normally attacks from the other flank. Shot clock's at 13. Kennedy fires. Fought off by Waters. She found that one through a screen. 75 seconds to go in the opening quarter, and Team North looks like they're going to rack up the 20 for the quarter win. Kenzie Kent knows that. She'll slow the tempo here. Just about now an 18-second differential on the shot clock and game clock. Gilbert, Lauren that is, who hails from the great state of Oregon. Shifting gears for Kenzie Kent, picked up by Lizzie Colson, annually in consideration for the all-defensive team in AU Pro Lacrosse. Shot clock down to 14. North's a long way from the cooker. Taylor picks her up there, a battle of BC Eagles. Charlotte North floats this one out of the end line. It's a turnover back to Team Kennedy. As North picks herself back up to get in on the ride. Time's a-wasted, final 12 seconds of the opening quarter. On the go, Colson weaves her way at the key, fires. That's answered by Waters. That should just about do it for the opening 10 minutes here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. Team North, everybody in purple, wins the opening quarter by a 3-1 margin. Everybody on the roster picks up 20 points on the leaderboard. Follow the leader indeed. The captain takes over. Charlotte North scoring goals in a variety of ways. She leads the league this summer. She shows no signs of slowing down. Easy, cloudy, muggy day for Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. We've played 10 minutes, and Team North with a 3-1 advantage, banking 20 points for all 14 players on the roster as per the rules in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. All of those players in purple adding 20 to their leaderboard tally. Before we start the second quarter today, about to have a chair chat with Abby Jackson. She's the Director of Sport with AU Pro Lacrosse. Abby, you know what? We made a big deal of this summer's rookie class. How have the young pups impressed you?
I am blown away every day by their athleticism, their explosiveness, their creativity, and their confidence. I mean, this is a pretty unique class in terms of the time that they've been able to continue to develop in college with the COVID years. And we are seeing just some absolutely unbelievable things happening, not just with it from a straight lacrosse point of view, but also camaraderie, community, teamwork, team play. It's all super impressive and really exciting to watch.
Abby, when you look at the talent overall in the league, and obviously AU Pro Lacrosse, it's another discipline. You have the NCAA version, you have sixes, which will be in the Olympics. How can this help the athletes as they prepare?
I think it's a great transition because our setup allows for much more creativity with much less sort of the stringency of a college system, and also it really allows the athletes to express themselves on the field the way they want to. The captains talk to each other. They talk to the people that they draft as they build their team each week to say, who do you want to play with? How do you want this offense to look? So they have a say in every single element, and I think it's just going to add to their arsenal of weapons that they carry into future years of AU as well as eventually to the Olympics.
Abby, on the field is obviously an important product for these players, but off the field is a major focus for AU Pro Lacrosse. Can you talk a little bit about how we help the players be themselves off the field as well?
Well, we really try to approach lacrosse and sport in general as a sort of a comprehensive, holistic type of way. We're looking at mental health services. We're making sure that the players have everything they need to recover throughout the week. And then also one of the things that we really make sure they have is a platform to talk about the things that they care about. So whether it's a cause, you'll hear some of the athletes talking about the causes they're playing for today, or whether it's just something that's personally important to them. Each week we have a sort of a community time that's players only called In the Crease. and it's player-led, player-run, and they all just get together and talk about the things that matter to them. So it's really important, and I think it goes a long way to building confidence and translating to a great team atmosphere on the field.
20 seconds to shoot here for Hannah Dorney. Outside North with a rip. There was a whistle before that one hit the back of the twine. But Charlotte North celebrates her 4th goal on the day.
Abby, we talked about the rookies and the level of talent that they've brought new into AU Pro Lacrosse, kind of an enhancing of already the talent that's here, just like a Charlotte North. What do players like Charlotte North, and obviously Kylie on the sideline with us, how have they helped progress the league as well?
Well, Charlotte, as well as Kylie and several of our veteran players, Marie, Allie, Meg Dowdy, were integral in our rules changes that we implemented this year. This was basically a 6-month process that started almost immediately after the season ended, and we just came together and had a series of conversations. We split the group into 2 groups, one group for rules and one group for scoring. The PEC was also involved. We involved our officials as well, and it was just, again, a really organic, player-centric focus in making the adjustments to the rules that we need, and we can't do that without the vets, right? They've come in through college, they've seen this league grow, they've helped the league grow, so having their voice involved in that situation was super important. And I also don't want to take, the rookies are great, but they're taking their lead from these veteran players like Charlotte North, like Allie Mastriani, like Kenzie Kent. They are seeing them, we're seeing them last year and the year before playing in AU and aspiring, right, to meet them here, and now everyone's coming together, and it's just, I cannot picture a more wonderful, fantastic situation for women's lacrosse. And again, for us to be able to ride this wave into the Olympics, to have women in the Olympics on the lacrosse field for the first time, as Dana Dobie eloquently pointed out in her Instagram post a couple weeks ago, it's going to be really great. And you are witnessing right now players and fans that are coming, and people watching at home, you are watching future Olympians on this field. So you can say that you saw it here first.
Our chair chat continues with Abby Jackson, the Director of Sport for Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Charlotte North, 4 goals today, 30 on the season. She's now a 3-time 30-goal scorer in this league. Massera on the move, fires. That's answered by Britt Reed. Abby, yesterday was a tough day with the inclement weather. You're always cooperative with us and our broadcast team. How often are you in contact with the player executive committee?
We meet weekly throughout the year. We probably take realistically 2 weeks off. We are talking about everything from meals to hotels to off the field activities to volunteer activities. We are building the roster. We are thinking about what companies that we want to partner with, talking about sponsorships and different platforms that we can create. And then throughout the season, I mean, it's constant contact. Once we get here, we are texting, we are having quick little meetings in the hallway where someone's coming out of the locker room and we catch them and say, hey, what do you think about this or that? Especially with something like a weather delay, we want to really ensure that we are keeping the integrity, right? We're making sure that the draft rules are honored. We're making sure that the players who were available are being honored and making sure that it's fair for everyone. Sure. So there's a lot of policies and procedures and documents, but a lot of conversations as well.
Abby, we appreciate the thoughts. Thanks so much. Best wishes ahead.
Thank you, guys.
Charlotte North at the free position, 8-meter key, leans it and scores! An 85-mile-an-hour rocket.
Charlotte has not slowed down from after the game yesterday where things had to be paused due to the weather, but you look at, she froze Meg Dowdy. Meg Dowdy knew she was in that walling position, and then Charlotte North, Britt Reed not even stepping to the ball. The ball comes out so fast from her stick. Joe, you referenced 88 miles an hour. That's due to this wind-up. She gets her whole body involved.
And you mentioned the walling call that equated to the foul there for the free position, and Meg Dowdy was kind of questioning that as she got that call from the referees. But it's just because that walling, as she was sliding to Charlotte North with the ball in her stick, she looked as if she was going to get in the way of the shot. Anything within or outside of that restricted area you see inside the key, where a defender looks like she's going to intently get in the way of the shot, will be called walling for player safety.
And Kylie, you and I had the opportunity to talk about this with Abby Jackson. It's a new rule this year here in season 4 of AU Pro Lacrosse, and the defenders are still getting used to it, trying to figure out how to stay out of it, most importantly.
Yes, definitely learning how to, or relearning, I should say, how to slide to ball and make sure that they're not necessarily in a dangerous position for themselves and not putting the attacker in a position where they have to think about not shooting through a body.
Charlotte North hogging the headlines for her team dressed in purple. She has all 5 goals so far today with 6:40 to go in the half. She is threatening the single game record for goals. She's done 6 in a game twice. Our field reporter, Kylie Ohlmiller, had 6 in a game once. For Charlotte this summer alone, it's her 3rd different 5-goal game. She now has 20 career hat tricks. I could go on and on and on. She's now tied with Sam Apuzzo for most hat tricks in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse history.
Team Kennedy with the excellent double team. Meg Dowdy, Lizzie Colson, they were just relentless in their pressure. You had Kenzie Kent backing towards the sideline. Ultimately, that sideline acting as an extra defender, a 3rd one. You have no place to go. 2 defensive players with a lot of pressure around you. Give credit to that defense as they earn the ball back for Allie Kennedy and the team in blue.
Working from the top against Lauren Gilbert. Kennedy to the alley, lets it fly, and it's stopped by Kaylee Waters. Folks, you can get closer to the action with your free Unlimited Club membership. Vote on game MVPs, compete in the AU Fantasy League for exclusive prizes, and more. Sign up now at auprolacrosse.com. Ball down here, Allie Kennedy pouncing on it. Team Kennedy has some catching up to do. Trailing Charlotte North squad by 4, and the captain for the team dressed in purple has every goal on the board for her squad. Black playing a 2-person game, playing catch with Allie Kennedy. Change the point of attack, Mastriani and Kaylin Hart. This is Geyersbach coming to get it. Sam Geyersbach feeds, Sydney Black off the hitch. Doesn't pull the trigger there. Mastriani has 2-point range outside that 8-meter key, doesn't take it. Shot clock's at 20. Black off the split dodge, fires, and crossing over to make a neat stop. It's Kaylee Waters. Every goalie save is worth 4 points this summer. Waters has a half a dozen saves in the first half alone. Turnover here. Colson grabs a loose ball at midfield. Lizzie angles in. Aldave provides the outlet. Kennedy coming late. Allie Kennedy off the feed. That Kennedy pass gets away from Geyersbach. Chasing there on the end line and whirling between defenders. Team North's defense, Woods, Scales, Geiger, and Ball protecting Waters in the cage.
Sam Geyersbach with her signature yellow scrunchie that she has worn for so long. Good luck, and the referee saw this foul, the hold. Ball is going to maintain with Team Kennedy.
Mastriani on the move. Big face dodge from Hart, gets inside. And there's a call. Gonna send Hart to a free position shot from the 8-meter key. Kaylin Hart, America East Attacker of the Year out of Stony Brook.
I like how she hesitated before re-dodging at cage. That's what enabled the referees to see that walling call. If she just would have tried to wind up and shoot, backed away, they may not have seen it as well.
Waters made the save on a BB from Hart. Team North has the 4-point advantage overall. They won the opening quarter 3-1. There are 20 points available. Quarter win points for all the players on your roster when you win an individual slice of the 4 quarters of AU Pro Lacrosse. Kenzie Kent, we talk often about her assist making. She's also among the top 5 goal scorers all time. There are 17 4-year players every summer of Athletes Unlimited. Rosenzweig's drive snuffed out by Britt Reed. Reed's one of those who's been around all 4 summers in professional lacrosse with 3 minutes to go in the half. Stay with us. We'll share a best of our Into the Game player mic'd feature from this week. We'll also tell you about what's ahead with Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball continuing from Rosemont, Illinois. You see what's coming up at the half as Black feeds. Aldave fires and scores. Andy Aldave has them both for Team Kennedy.
It's not often that you're going to see Andy Aldave with a shot from the outside, but with a different defense from Team North, the shifting zone, that's creating more possibilities for the team in blue. Stay with us on AU Pro Lacrosse.
Charlotte North 5, Andy Aldave 2. North and Aldave with all the golds for their respective squads today. Our featured matchup, PLL-wise, Cannons and Whipsnakes on ABC, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Then the Chaos take on the Archers on ESPN+. Every game can be found on ESPN+. For the full schedule, go to espnplus.com/PLL. Those Cannons, as usual, getting a lot of goal scoring from Marcus Holman. Our players are often mic'd for sound in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. 88 in the purple. Charlotte North can bring us into the game.
Sundays are for fun! Sundays are for fun!
Number 29, Meg Dowdy.
We all know that.
On attack, playing for HLA Foundation.
Do it to her. Pass it down. No, like this. Like, turn around. And then you pass it down to Sid. I think that obviously Courtney swings and so does Lizzie. Yeah. So if we get like a 2-man with both of them, they're gonna lunge and lunge and lunge. So we can totally get them underneath, let them go for it, tuck and go. Jordy, go! Let's go! Awesome. Jordy, let's go!
We can hear the screams of joy. We can hear the whispers of strategy as well with Charlotte North today, and she's having a bang-up day. As you can tell, most goals in a single game. North's done it twice. That number is 6. Charlotte has her third different 5-goal game of this summer this afternoon. Ripping it up offensively for her squad, dressed in purple. Allie Kennedy just got a goal from Andy Aldave. It snapped a 13-minute drought. Charlotte North's team had put 4 points on the board in succession. It's been a back-and-forth story at the draw control. This possession for Team Kennedy's Ali Mastriani. Team North had won the last 4 draws. Team Kennedy won the opening 4 today. 2:20 left in the half. Sydney Black wants the ball from the wing. Black against the National Defender of the Year there. That's Sydney Scales out of Boston College. This one sent wide. Mastriani has been able to separate from defenders today. She's bound to bag a goal sooner than later.
When she kicks it into another gear, you watch out. She's a lot of height.
Nice roll dodge to score. Geyer's back with a rare right-handed strike.
There's a lot of offensive firepower for Team Kennedy. Geiersbach, we talked about her before. Oftentimes, she's going to goal, rolling back, hesitating, using her natural lefty side. But the slide was coming from that area, so that's when she decided to turn and say, okay, I can do it with my right hand as well.
Reading that slide is so important, and she hasn't been able to get to that left hand yet today. So for her to adjust mid-game, use her offhand, that's worth celebrating.
Sam Geiersbach's 14th tally of the summer. Couple of goals 42 seconds apart. Geiersbach, whose mom was born and raised in Argentina. Sam will be playing internationally for Team Argentina in competitions soon to come. Several of her Argentinian teammates in the stands today. Earlier, we got here early at USA Lacrosse headquarters. We were enjoying games that were being played with Argentina, Mexico, Ireland was out there as well. Right now it's Team North and Team Kennedy, as Allie Kennedy's squad is pulled within 2 with 100 seconds to go in the first half. Team North in the purple, Libby Rosenzweig operating at the midline as the officials get things coordinated. Ellie Macera, a Tewaaraton Award finalist. Izzy Skane has won the last 2 Tewaaratons. Charlotte North, the 2 Tewaaratons that preceded that for top collegiate player in the United States. North working against Taylor. Charlotte fakes the split dodge, comes back, throwing a myriad of moves at Taylor, who wasn't buying any of it. Moreau, isolation dodge against Dowdy. Great pass. That one's ripped off the post by Macera. Long rebound, almost sent Kennedy away to the races. Shot clock turned off, 45 seconds in the half. Evans settles at the 8-meter key. Moreau didn't get it cleanly. Allie Kennedy has it back, and she and her mates look to go on the job offensively with 33 seconds left in the quarter. A quarter that is, by my count, deadlocked at 2 apiece. So those quarter points are on the line this trip. 20 points for everybody on the roster when you win an individual quarter. Sydney Black off the split dodge, wants to come back to her right. Mastriani looks for the trailer, that's Kennedy. Mastriani rips that one off the outside of the goalpost. 5 seconds left. Geiersbach angling in against Geiger. The horn and buzzer sounds, ending the opening half. A second quarter that's deadlocked at 2, meaning that the third will be worth 40.
You look at how many times they generated shots within those last few 25 seconds, one right off the crossbar. Again, don't count out Team Kennedy, because they can attack the cage with their speed, their quickness, and that ball movement second to none. So I understand these 20 points are going into that third quarter, which is going to make it that much tighter on the field. 40 points for quarter 3, but both of these offenses not letting anything go by them.
2 teams will have a chance to catch their breath as we start halftime. Kylie Oldmiller side by side with Charlotte North.
Charlotte, this is a team in Team Kennedy that's not going to go away in the second half. What's the message in the locker room?
Got to stay connected, support each other. Our defense, again, making plays all over the field, hustle plays, winning back 50-50 balls, and same thing offensively. Second chance opportunities are huge, so we got to play smart.
And you're seeing the ball well right now. Your shots are going. Are you going to continue to go? You're going to break that 6-goal record, or?
I think we're going to continue to look to get shots up. I mean, I think we want to get into our flow, into our rhythm, draw double teams, and find the seams of the defense.
Seems to be working. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Kylie.
Charlotte's a would-be basketball player. The way she's shooting now, it's like every goal is worth 3. She's got 5 on the day. Team North has control of this one at the half. Coming back, best of Sound on the Field. Yesterday, we were thrown into a severe weather delay 25 minutes into a contest. Today, it takes 20. We are at the half in a severe weather delay, scheduled to return 2:18 Eastern Time. In the meantime, enjoy Ultimate Tire Wrestling. Getting set to resume play after a severe weather delay in Sparks, Maryland at USA Lacrosse headquarters. At the end of 2 quarters of play today, 20 minutes, it was Team North 5, Team Kennedy 3. The athletes of Athletes Unlimited, they're always gracious in wearing microphones for us, happily taking the viewers onto the field with them. Here's a sampling of the best of this week as we go into the game now with the U.S. Air Force.
Hello? That goes in my ear. Where's the mic? Hello?
Yeah, back. Let's go! Let's go! Good job. You just gotta ignite the light
And let it
shine. Was she still mad at you that you got busy?
She said she won't be mad at me until after this game. Ow.
But what if we win? When we win?
Then she goes, then we're breaking up. That's like the hardest part too, is like being in a relationship and then like being captains and like kind of having this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Good luck. I got a butt smack. She's not mad.
You what?
I said I got a butt smack. She's not mad.
That was so close to my head. I almost said, good night. Good night, y'all. Zach, you're good. Pick on your left. Pick on your left. Pick on your left. I'm with you. I'm with you. Pick on your right. You're alone. I'm going. I'm on your left. I'm on your left. Yeah. And on that last one, when like Charlotte and Kenzie are in that 2-man, I think we want to send it. So that was really good. But I just was like, Kenzie's slip's good. Let's go. We're giving them 0 more goals. Okay, get back. Get that back, good. You're good, let go. I got it. I'm leaving.
Go. My dad's here, good thing. Ha. Papa! I will do. He's so cute. It's his first game.
Literally nothing to lose. Low key, One Direction still hits. Every time. Yeah, you want? Do you need that? Is that what you need? Okay. Let's go. Is that what you need? Okay. Go, Katrina! Yeah, Katrina! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Katrina! Yeah! Freaking go! Let's go! Here we go.
A first-time captain in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, Charlotte North, pretty fired up with the way she and her mates performed in the opening 20. You could see we're just about 2.5 minutes away from the resumption of play. A severe weather delay that began approximately 1:50 Eastern time. During that time, we were preparing plenty of highlights from the opening 20, and Courtney, that included Kaylee Waters on a much better playing surface than she was a day ago when we were bothered by severe weather.
Sometimes all you need is a little rain delay to get your head back into the game. I think credit the defense for Team North. They are forcing low angle shots, and just, you know, when you're locked in, when you're seeing the ball well, you tend to just have faster hands, your body's moving with it, your angles, but you got to look at their captain, Charlotte North. She has every single goal right now for the team in purple.
Charlotte North and friends, after Charlotte bagged her 5th on the day, it was 5-1 at the time. Then Eldave and Geiersbach would strike to bring us where we stand at 5-3. But Charlotte North, this was an 85-mile-an-hour BB from free position. North now into her 3rd different 30-goal campaign as we remind you of the numbers from the opening 20 minutes.
You know, the biggest things that jump out at you, obviously the difference in saves as well as that of draw controls. You know, for Team North, they have Livy Rosenzweig, but Ali Mastriani has had her number to date. But you need for that to translate into goals being scored. So look for that adjustment to happen for the team in blue.
This is Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse summer number 4. When you think about the single game record for goals, Charlotte North is the co-holder of that record. She's done it twice. The number is 6. Our field reporter, Kylie Ohlmiller, who played a couple of seasons actively in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, also has a 6-goal game. Same for present-day assistant coach down in Florida, Nicole Levy. But for this season alone, this is North's 3rd different 5-goal performance. She's barking in the middle of that huddle right now as we are just about to get set back to play. And before we start the 3rd, here is Kylie Ohlmiller.
Charlotte is one of those players that needs to keep the energy going. She thrives off of energy, and that's why she's had the hot hand so far in this first half. I saw her during the weather delay yesterday and here today as well. She was continuing to, you know, throw the football around, play around with her teammates in the huddles, and make sure that she's putting on a lot of good dancing music in between. So
Kylie, yesterday's weather delay took upwards of 3 hours before the league officials and the player executive committee decided to suspend the game 15, to Monday morning. At the time, Team Marino, wearing orange this weekend, had a 13-5 advantage over Team North. That was in the 3rd quarter, so that game is suspended to tomorrow morning. The Kennedy-Apuzzo matchup, you see Allie Kennedy walking back to the field. The Kennedy-Apuzzo matchup was postponed. Those teams never took the field, and that game will also be played tomorrow morning. Once it's concluded, they'll have MVP voting. They'll go through the appeals processes. We'll have 4 captains getting set for an Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse draft. You can see that tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube with Kylie Ohlmiller and Maria Trival-Peace. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor, and Kylie with you as we resume play on ESPN. Sam Geiersbach in possession. Geiersbach, the last player to strike before the severe weather delay, which lasted just a little bit less than 50 minutes. Sydney Black for Geiersbach, rolling inside. There was a whistle prior to the shot. We're going to get another one of those walling calls. Extra emphasis on walling this summer.
You know, it was the quick turn back that caught Hannah Dorney in that walling position. She didn't think that Geiersbach was going to roll back, so she was in a position just to stand there. But as soon as the turn back came, the referee saw it immediately.
The free position shot there hit off the post from Geiersbach. It resumes possession for Team Kennedy. 60 seconds on the shot clock. We play 6-on-6 in AU Pro Lacrosse. There's an 8-meter key. You see Mastriani approaching it. Feed inside Kennedy. Bounce shot, score! Allie Kennedy
sometimes a little bit of a longer break can help get your team back on track. I think Team Kennedy scoring the final 2 goals of that second quarter began everything, and they're starting out hot here in the third quarter. Ali Mastriani to Ali Kennedy down on the crease. She drew her defensive player. Ali was able to rein in that pass, and it's just a nice little shoot around whenever you're in close.
Ali to Ali there. Those are Team USA teammates from the 2022 World Championships. And I like that look there from Ali Mastriani because she's usually the one to go off of that lefty Ali sweep there. So to see the slide and then dump it off is the right play.
Ali Kennedy, daughter of Janice and Mike, started playing lacrosse in kindergarten. Dad Mike was her first coach. Ali on the board with goals in 7 of her 8 games this summer. Mastriani looking for draw control possession. As Kylie and Courtney both mentioned, Team Kennedy has the last 3 points on the board. They have made what was a 5-1 advantage for Team North in the purple, now 5-4. Hannah Dorney brings it cross field. Kenzie Kent will operate with a ball in her cross. Exchanging with Ellie Macera. Ellie, one of 21 different rookies and her first-time players in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse this summer. Moreau, one of the veterans, turns, steps in and fires. Good save there. Britt Reed taking away the lower portion of the goal.
Great defensive stop for Reed. There wasn't any slides coming to help out Ali Mastriani. Defense kind of left her out on the island, but they may have been doing that on purpose. They may say we're slow to send the slides because we saw Courtney Taylor denying Charlotte North the ball. A little bit of defensive differences. Sometimes you come up with a different scheme from half to half to keep the offense on their toes.
Sam Geyer's back with it. Geyer's back, settles in behind that 8-meter key. You score from behind it, you get 2 for the team. 16 points for your individual leaderboard tally. Hart, swing it to Kennedy. Ali Kennedy up top to Ali Mastriani. Off the split dodge from right to left, she smacks one home. Mastriani has tied this at 5.
Kylie, I think Ali Mastriani heard you with that. Generally, she's making that move down to that left alley lane. This time it was Ali Kennedy to Ali Mastriani. Quick little stutters, that's what gave her the separation from her defensive player, number 3, Amy Moreau. Again, ahead of steam, Ali Mastriani, so athletic.
And you see that pick set there, it was for her right hand to go to her strong side. So I think defender Amy Moreau was really jumping that way, thinking that she was going to run off of the pick, but going away from it and going to her left hand instead was obviously the better choice.
We mentioned the draft that's coming up tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Ali Mastriani has been chosen in the first round in each of the first 3 weeks. She's been among the top 4 players selected. Ali Kennedy bringing her onto her side this week and paying dividends now as we are brand new, 5-all. A 4-0 run for Team Kennedy in the last 5 minutes of game time elapsed. Mastriani looking to do it again. Slithers inside and scores! Folds that one over beautifully and beat Waters.
Every single movement that Ali Mastriani has on the field, it's a little jab step and explode. Another jab and explode. It shows you the importance of changing your direction and changing your speed. I think this shot essentially hit off of the helmet of Kaylee Waters. Nevertheless, it was Ali Mastriani getting her hands free on that nifty footwork.
I've coached a lot with Ali Mastriani at clinics across the country, and a skill that she teaches a lot to young players is exactly what she just did with her hands there. She kind of didn't necessarily switch her hands, she brought them up above her head and kind of released it in what you might call an offhand or maybe a twister shot.
Hits the jackpot for Mastriani. Back-to-back tallies giving Team Kennedy its first lead of the day. Folks, just a reminder, for every quarter in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, 20 points are available for everybody on your roster should you win that each individual frame. And right now, Team Kennedy has control of the third by a 3-0 margin, and more draw control points for Lizzie Colson. 4 points for every draw control you get. Sydney Black is lurking behind the cage, picked up on the outside by Sydney Scales. Impressive rookie battle there. Kennedy digging in against Moreau. Black feeds. Mastriani's got the hot stick. She scores! Ripping that one from downtown for 2.
What I like about this, Ali Mastriani is feeling it. She's putting herself in the right spot at the right time. We see her holding up high. Ball moves to Black. Ali Mastriani not cutting through. She had her stick out. She was showing for the ball. That's what's most important. The ball's not going to move to you unless you demand it. As soon as she caught that ball, it's a nice little crow's hop, and she had a lot of time and power.
A lot of time and room, and she has the hot hand, like you mentioned, Joe. You have to shoot if your shots are going.
Timeout for Team North. A natural hat trick for Ali Mastriani. 3 goals in succession, and now a 3-point lead for Team Kennedy. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is sponsored by the U.S. Air Force. Headquarters of USA Lacrosse, the venue for summer number 4 of AU Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. 7 unanswered points now for Team Kennedy, an 8-5 advantage. Mastriani's 3 goals, the last 3 on the board, coming in less than a minute, Courtney.
Ali Mastriani, she's one of those players who can be dominant. Number 1, I love her height on the field. And then, Kylie, you'd referenced that twister shot. That's something that we've seen a lot happening in the collegiate game as well as international. Great stick protection, but it's her dominance, the athleticism that you just kind of see all over the field.
Mastriani, you mentioned the international competition. She's been a Team USA player, Court. Field lacrosse, sixes, box lacrosse. Ali is very fond of wearing the red, white, and blue colors for Team USA. And right now she's going to chit-chat with Kylie O'Miller.
Ali, you're off to a hot start the second half. What was going on during that weather delay in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, we just kept the vibes high in the locker room. We drew up some options on offense, and we really just wanted to emphasize how many threats that we do have on this team, so just creating the space and options for each other.
You just hit that 2-pointer. We talked about it before the game and the other day. You hit the line on a last shot, so what'd you do, curl your toes?
Oh, yeah, I curled the dogs on that.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Ali Mastriani, a past medalist in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. There will be 4 players receiving medals on August 11th, the final day of this summer. The top 4 get medals. There's only 1 individual champion. Mastriani, an outstanding midfielder, highly versatile. That's why she's often well up high on the leaderboard in front of the faithful here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. My, oh my, how a game can change. Courtney, with 3 minutes left in the second, Charlotte North squad led 5-1, and in the blink now, 3:15 into the third, they're down by 3.
You know, it just goes to show that lacrosse can truly be a game of runs. No matter the discipline, you had just mentioned 3 different disciplines that Ali Mastriani plays, adding AU Pro Lacrosse as a 4th. You know, anytime these players have the opportunity to get out on the field, and we heard it from Director of Lacrosse, Abby Jackson, it just gives them the opportunity to be creative and just further develop their game.
6 and change to go in the third. This is Kaylin Hart on the move. Sweeps in, fires that sidewinder. It sailed wide on Kaylee Waters, backed up by Geyersbach. Closing in, Sydney Black, those familiar jab steps. Mastriani returns it to Sydney, below goal line extended. Scales drawing a bead on her. Geyersbach shaded by Geiger. Off the flip, the captain takes it. Kennedy one-on-one against Hannah Dorney. On a redodge, she yanked that one wide of the goal. Scales takes it up off the carpet, and she'll run in the clear. Sydney Black wipes out at the midline. Beautiful pass. Kent's in alone, and challenged there. Reed came way off of her line to make that save. Unsettled Moreau. Gonna drop into a 6-on-6 here. Britt Reed with 6 saves between the pipes for Team Kennedy. Kent will work it. North already with 5 on the board. Charlotte weaves in, settles, shoots from the hip, and scores to tie the single game record.
Charlotte North with her 3rd 6-goal game. She's feeling the matchup with Courtney Taylor. This was something, they were teammates in college before then. Courtney Taylor was a defender at Temple. When she went into the transfer portal, Keisha Walker-Weinstein said, I've got to take that kid who made Charlotte North's job tough. But look at this, Charlotte North, how many times? 3 different occasions that she has 6 goals in a game. Give credit where credit is due. She has carried her team on her back today. Again, Kylie, the energy you spoke about earlier, you see it in her play.
You see it in her play, you see it in her celebrations, and what I love about that too is, you mentioned it, Courtney Taylor is making her job hard in getting the ball, and Charlotte is really working to get the ball in her stick. It doesn't necessarily just come easy as the ball rips around the outside. She has to work for it, and she's doing so today.
Back inside the draw circle we go. It's a 2-point game. Charlotte North with every goal on the board for her squad. Just about the midway mark of a third quarter. We're with you right now on ESPN2 and ESPNU. In a matter of moments, we'll be making a switch to get AU Pro Softball involved as Becerra heads to the cage. She was fouled. A severe weather delay here in Sparks, Maryland, lasted upwards of 50 minutes, pushing this first game of 2 today deeper into the schedule as Becerra goes from free position. Slammed that one wide of the goal, backed up by North. North's next tally will be a record-setting one. For the 3rd time in her career, she has scored 6 in one game. North gets underneath, rolls back, and fires to score! There it is, a record-setting 7th goal for Charlotte North.
Charlotte is recognizing that the defense for Team Kennedy are leaving Courtney Taylor on an island, meaning there is no slide coming for quite some time, or they're not committing. We see kind of half slides. If you are not going to send the double to Charlotte North early and stay in it, she's going to cause problems for your defense.
Charlotte North with the brilliant moves, paying off once again and etching her name in the Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse record book. Outstanding. If you're looking to stay with us with AU Pro Lacrosse, stay on ESPNU. For AU Pro Softball, go to ESPN2 right now with Mark Neely and Natasha Watley. 4:38 to go in a memorable Sunday, August the 4th for Charlotte North. The team captain of the squad, dressed in purple, hasn't needed any other offensive support but her own. All 7 goals today.
I mean, if you had to write that up, Kylie, you asked her before, is she going to continue on those shooting ways? And she's like, I don't know. It's like whatever presents itself. And I think that's spoken like a true leader and captain. She's not looking to break any records. It just happens naturally.
And that was the same for her college career, right? She's just trying to be the best competitor that she can out there, and she's trying to win this ball game for her team.
Come on, Kylie. It's just inspiration for you to get back on the field. She just broke a record that you were co-holder of. So when you're healthy enough, we look forward to seeing you back out there.
Thanks, Joe.
Kenzie Kent playing that 2-person game, 2-player game with Charlotte North. McPherson hedging out now. They changed the matchup most of the day. It's been Courtney Taylor. North looking for another one, sizzled it wide. Shot clock's at 25, game clock's at 3:55. This is quarter 3. Macera forced to the outside by Mastriani. Nice look, wide open Moreau! The first on the board other than North.
Anytime you change a defensive scheme, right now we have Trinity McPherson kind of all over Charlotte North, not giving her much space. But then we see the backside wide open. That would have been a slide for Trinity, but she's not going because she's staying tight on Charlotte North. They don't want her to touch the ball again.
Exactly right, Courtney, and I love that Charlotte actually just took a step away from that. She hid herself behind the crease so that Amy Moreau could stay open there. If she dragged up top, she would not have been that open. Great eyes by Ellie Macera to see that.
Jubilant reaction there from Moreau on the left. Good feed from 37, Macera on the right, and we are level again. Back and forth in this game on the teeter-totter now. 8-all with 3:45 to go.
Joe, the score is tied, but here in this third quarter, it's still a 5-3 lead for Team Kennedy in terms of goals being scored.
And this is a carryover quarter. This is worth 40 for the team that wins this frame. Allie Kennedy getting things readjusted goggles-wise after a high hit. She was looking for a foul from the officials. Lynn Bowers, Julie Wakes, Ronnie Anton, Kim Kramer, and Erica Leslie presiding over this one today. Have a peek back at it.
You know, a foul initially, that's not what the referees are calling. They're calling the second foul on Moreau all over the body of Lizzie Colson. She's a tough physical defender as well. Again, we're a sport where there's a lot of contact. It's a contact, non-contact sport, but again, it's under control.
I remember when Lizzie was playing with Team USA, then head coach Jenny Levy used to describe her as a firecracker. Aldave brings it to Mastriani. Those two also worked under Jenny Levy during their time in Chapel Hill at North Carolina. Great takeaway, caused turnover, check and clear. Back with the ball, the rookie Megan Ball going to the goal. Feeds inside, Rosenzweig, dip and dunk. Defense to offense in a heartbeat.
You can see the physicality on the field, and it's hard to take away from Allie Mastriani. But Megan Ball is known for the caused turnovers. Her eye is always locked in on the ball. She's handling the pressure, 1 swing, 2 swings, and she is showing that in transition she can be a threat, finding who else other than Livy Rosenzweig right down on the crease. That's her home. She throws a lot of fakes before giving Team North the lead.
And that's a great spot to throw those fakes. You saw her kind of hesitate at first. If you just catch that and put it to one of the corners, Britt Reed is sitting there waiting for it in cage. So Livy Rosenzweig adding a couple extra steps to the middle as well as some fakes to get her off balance.
The runs continue in this game. It's now a 4-0 unanswered run for Team North in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Rosenzweig, who is a mental health therapist for children nowadays, former 2-time Patriot League Attacker of the Year at nearby Loyola. 9-8 for Team North. 2.5 left in the quest for those 40 points. The second quarter was deadlocked at 2 apiece, so those 20 carry over. This third frame is worth 40. Strength of the Mastriani 2-point goal for Ali Kennedy's team has Team Kennedy in front this frame by my count, 5-4. North looking to remedy that, already with 7 goals on the day. Charlotte hovering at the 8-meter key. Meg Dowdy forces her back. Shot clock's at 20. Moreau angles, feeds Lauren Gilbert. That pass is high. It'll wind up out of play. Turnover back to Team Kennedy as Sydney Black speeds into what could be here a 4-on-3 fast break. Kennedy turns, spins inside. That shot went wide. Closest to the ball where and when it leaves on a missed shot. Maintained possession there for Team Kennedy. Geyersbach says, let's slow it down.
It feels like forever since Team Kennedy has had the ball offensively. Again, with 4 straight goals by Team North. So you want to just take your time, get comfortable, see what's happening. Have there been any changes from the defensive end?
Good look down low. It deflected away from Cassidy Spillis right to a waiting Kaylee Waters. Waters has gone the distance in goal for Team North. She's backed up by Paulina DeFata. We saw Paulina get in the game yesterday. Britt Reed backed up by Madison Doucette. You see the leaderboard. Marino and North, North and Marino. Apuzzo's in there as well. Kennedy, the top 4. Those were the initial captains for this week, week 3 of 4 in Athletes Unlimited. North will roll back. Here comes the help from Kennedy. Charlotte still maintains possession. Rosenzweig with 40 seconds to go in quarter 3. North picks up the pace. Charlotte looking for 2. That one's bounced wide. Hazy skies. Snapshot here from Massera, fought off by Reed. No precipitation. We had the severe weather delay with lightning and rainstorms for some 50 minutes. Back to the live action, and it's been a brilliant third quarter. Down the stretch now. 7 seconds. Geyersbach feeds. Hart swinging up top. Kennedy slashing to the goal. Won't shoot it as time comes to its end after 3 quarters. Team Kennedy wins the third quarter. Charlotte North has been on a rampage all summer, and especially today. 7 goals on the board as we head for the 4th. Two teams are cooling off after 3 quarters. Have a peek at that the third frame. Outstanding for Team Kennedy, a 5-4 winner. So everybody on the roster in blue picks up 40 points for their leaderboard tally. We are 9-8 through 3. Folks, Sunday Night Baseball features the series finale of the I-55 rivalry. The Cubs playing host to the Cardinals, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage beginning at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. ESPN2 will also feature a StatCast edition presented by Google Cloud. Fans here at USA Lacrosse headquarters after the 50-minute weather delay, hanging out in their cars in the parking lot and then coming back into the stadium in droves to see the conclusion of this matchup between Team North and Team Kennedy. A very exciting final 10 minutes ahead, one would imagine. As we have time to share before we kick it into gear in the fourth, Kylie Ohlmiller with the record-setting Charlotte North.
Record-setting game for you here today. I know that's not what you're focused on. You're looking at the scoreboard back here. I know you too well. What are you guys focusing on in this fourth quarter? Making sure that there's adjustments. We're seeing some different matchups on you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Just reading those adjustments that they're giving us on the defensive end, but feeding off the energy of our defense. I mean, we can hear them all the way down here, and that's super important, and connecting all over the field and really putting together the type of lacrosse we want to.
Yeah, it looks great out there.
Thanks, Kylie.
Ladies, we appreciate the input. Lizzie Colson is also wearing a microphone for us today, listening in. About to go amid action with Lizzie. Lizzie, short of throwing a circus net over Charlotte North, what can you do to defend her?
I think we're just working on sending the slides a bit earlier and then just trusting the slide when it does come. I think we're all great one-on-one defenders, so it's just one, slowing that dodge down, and then two, trusting the slide that's sent.
And Lizzie, your team leads in terms of draw controls. What makes a good draw taker as well as a circle player?
I mean, you look at the girls on the circle with me, both Allie's are amazing on the circle. I think it's just their IQ on the circle. Allie can put it wherever she wants, and then Allie Kennedy's able to read and use her speed to finish it out.
Get to work, get to work. My money's on you for the draw control here. Oh, selfish. Mastriani took it herself. 4 points for Allie Mastriani on the draw control with respect to her leaderboard tallies. Once the games that have been postponed and suspended till tomorrow are concluded, we'll have 4 captains atop the leaderboard for the final week of the regular season. A draft to come tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can see that on YouTube. Kylie Ohlmiller and Maria Trival-Peace are your hosts. Sydney Black with a drive that's bounced away from Kaylee Waters. They'll reset the shot clock. Geyer's back, edging in there, bumping into Geiger, and they're going to call this a charge and give possession to Team North. Geyer's back, though, slow to come up from the field and hobbling a bit.
As we take a little peek back, Katrina Geiger with the matchup. It was leaning back into the defender. What the referees called for that charge call. You need to be making a move, not just using your body into that defensive player.
Big goal games, nothing unusual for Charlotte North, who once had 10 in a single game against Virginia Tech back in 2021. Moreau circles the cage. Rosenzweig from the flank against Dowdy. Dowdy put the cross check on her. Kenzie Kent skipping inside the 8-meter key. Kent from the angle scores! Just enough room under the crossbar.
Team North extending their lead by 2 at this point. We see a lot of weaving action. It makes defense have to communicate. It can give you a step on your defensive player. I think Team Kennedy a little too focused on going for the stick. Every time you do that, you just give a little bit more space to the offense. But Kenzie Kent, her eyes were dialed in. You could see her staring at that corner.
She was staring there, and she actually got Britt Reed to kind of have her stick low in the cage, so that opened up that top corner for Kenzie Kent. That little extra layer of deception, you never know what the goalies are looking at, so she faked her out with her eyes.
So many great players, great coaches out there. Kenzie Kent's an assistant coach at Harvard. Britt Reed, an assistant coach at Denver. For Kent now, goals in 7 of her 8 games this summer. It's a 10-8 advantage for Team North in the purple. Off this draw, possession is awarded to Team North. 5 points unanswered for Charlotte's gang. Team Kennedy in the blue has gone cold over the last 8 minutes. North comes to get it. McPherson's with her. Charlotte had the first 7 goals for her team. Now make it 8.
We saw a timeout happen in the third quarter. After 4 straight goals worth 5 points from Team Kennedy, an excellent timeout from Team North. You know, I don't think you would take it lightly calling one so early in the fourth quarter, but you gotta consider it because Charlotte North has just been so dominant. They're trying to throw everything at her, a different matchup. Having her attack from different areas on the field, she's just too tough to stop right now.
And that timeout you mentioned there, Courtney, that's a timeout that captain Charlotte North asked for herself. So that was a heads-up play for her. She realized that her team needed to just take a second, reset, and you can tell she's locked in today.
An amazing 8 goals. No helpers for North, no assists. She once had a 12-point game against Boston University in her collegiate days. North having the best season of her Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse career is on the verge of setting another record for this game in terms of single season markers. She's got the resumption of the game that was suspended tomorrow. She'll play tomorrow morning, a game in which her team is trailing 13-5 to Team Marino. No television, no fans in attendance for those games to be played tomorrow. Kent collects, neat little shovel, give and go with Rosenzweig. Kennedy and Apuzo will play a full game tomorrow morning. Their game was postponed due to the severe weather yesterday. So we have to wait for those games to be concluded, the leaderboard to settle out, to find the 4 captains for week 4 of this regular season, the 4th and final for Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. 7 minutes to go in the 4th. North stretching its lead to 3. Black going to goal, fired wide of Waters. They race for it on the end line, and that caused turnover possession, plus 10 for Katrina Geiger's hustle, giving the ball back to the team in purple.
And you saw where Katrina ran. She ran to where that shot was going out. On the flip side, you had Hart just running to the end line. It's not about just getting to the end line, it's end line and where the ball heads out of bounds.
Closest to it, where and when. Kent will circle it up. Rosenzweig there, halfway through the 60-second shot clock. Kenzie on patrol with Amy Moreau. Moreau shaking loose, feeds Erica Evans. Goal line extended there, fenced in by the defensive work of Colson. Moreau on the go. Lets it fly. That's an easy stop for Reed. She read it well. Britt's outlet passes are a thing of beauty. That one's right on the button for McPherson. Here's the fast break. McPherson angles in, feeds, skip it down low. Didn't get it through to Aldave. Good defensive collapse by Team North. Geyer's back. Good to see her back on her feet. She was nicked a little bit a few moments ago. She maintains possession as we hear a whistle.
That was a good job defensively of Team North. Team Kennedy and Blue, they had numbers. They were in transition. So the defense forcing the ball to be passed only in a particular area. I think McPherson hesitating for a second before giving that pass off was what allowed them to recover.
That's Courtney Martinez-Connor. I'm Joe Beninati. Kylie Ohlmiller is our field reporter with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. Enjoying this, what should be game 17 on the schedule. Games 15 and 16, the ones we discussed that were suspended and postponed to tomorrow morning. Game 18 still to follow. Warming up in the wings, the marquee matchup between Team Marino and Team Apuzo, which will put a close to our weekend's work in week 3. Geyer's back will reload. 5:48 left in regulation time. Allie Kennedy's on the move. Off this redodge, gets inside and snapped that one wide. Folks, you can check out where to watch that marquee matchup with Marino and Apuzzo at auprolacrosse.com. auprolacrosse.com. Black, big move there on the face dodge. Bouncer underneath the crossbar and out. No goal according to the officials. Now this is going to be challenged. A review to come. Allie Kennedy was right there next to the official and said, we disagree. We believe that bouncer found the back of the goal, crossed the goal line completely. They'll have a look at it, and we'll share a point of view with you.
Play is under review. This is a blue challenge for the goal circle violation.
A wind-up, then a hesitation for Sydney Black. What the referees are looking for, was she pushed into the goal circle? If she went in there on their own accord, then the goal will not count. But if they feel like she was pushed in, then the goal should count, and we would expect to have the goal overturned. Because as of right now, they are not calling it a goal. It's, again, what they decide, was it a push or not?
The bouncer here from Black, you'll see the end result, definitely catches the nylon. So that's a goal there across the goal line. The question is there a goal circle violation involving Sydney Black? It was immediately challenged on the field. Captain Allie Kennedy was close by.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is no goal. It'll be purple ball.
You hear it from the official, Lynn Bowers. This game stays 11-8 in favor of Team North, 2-0 for Team North in the fourth quarter. Allie Kennedy continues to protest to Lynn Bowers.
You can see Captain Allie Kennedy having some thoughts about that. You know, sometimes it may not be as strong as a hard push, but maybe it's a little foot entanglement that you're looking for. Anything that affects the shooter. But the referees say, not this time.
Not this time, and down the stretch we go with 5 minutes left in what is a 3-point game favoring the team in purple. Charlotte North squad. Charlotte, a first-time captain, so too for Allie Kennedy this week. Charlotte North having a magical record-setting 8-goal game in this one. Playing the two-person game, two-player game with Kenzie Kent on the flank. Massera. Kent once again, McPherson there to hedge out. Off the flip to Moreau. On the face dodge. Feed that's deflected by McPherson. Kept alive by Kent. On the curl there, Massera bats at it. It was stopped by Britt Reed.
I actually think Britt Reed checked Massera's stick for a second. Very smart move on her. She likes to come out high on her crease, but this opportunity gave her essentially a cause turnover.
Rally time for Team Kennedy. A pass that gets away. Geyer's back. Excellent hustle to keep it alive with 40 seconds to shoot. 4 minutes on the game clock. Aldave with a nod to Black. Sydney thought about the two. Jumps outside that 8-meter key. Megan Ball right there at her hip. Hart sweeps. Aldave inside, wrestling with the defense there of Kayla Wood. Wood has been outstanding this summer, 45 in the purple. But here she's giving Aldave a free position shot.
A little peek back as soon as she caught this ball. It was the hold, stick right across the check. 8-meter free position. Aldave closing the gap to just a 2-goal difference.
Beautiful elevator shot to the top corner. So we stay with it. We'll head to break. Andy Aldave jogging to the sideline. Good luck if you're Kaylee Waters. This one's to the roof, bringing Kennedy within 2. Folks, today is an Impact Week game. We're highlighting Athlete Causes, the Athlete Causes program, allowing athletes to play in part for the benefit of the nonprofit organization of their choice. At the end of the season, the nonprofit partner receives a granting match 100% of the athlete's season win bonus. Learning more about the Athlete Causes program, you want to visit auprosports.com/athlete causes. 4 captains for this week. Banner style above USA Lacrosse HQ. Andy Aldabe's 3rd goal of the game. It was a free position shot. Kennedy's first marker in some 13 minutes, stopping what was a 6-0 run for Charlotte North and friends. North's activity vaulting her into 2nd now on the leaderboard. 2-time reigning champion Taylor Marino still setting the pace, and Marino's game set to come some 15-20 minutes once we are through with this one, after the severe weather delay caused a 50-minute stoppage in play.
You know, and if I had to say that one team had an edge, it would have been Team Kennedy for not stepping on the field yesterday. Charlotte North and her team in purple, sometimes you're a little bit tired after just having played, even though it wasn't a full game, but they seem to be even more hungry because they were behind in that game versus Team Marino, and you can see it in her efforts. 8 goals. 8 goals for Charlotte out of the 11 for her team today.
3.5 left in this one, 3:37 to be specific. Get inside the draw circle with the specialists, Mastriani and Rosenzweig. Mastriani's had the hot hand there too. Allie often around double figures when it comes to draw controls. Rosenzweig has been the individual game record setter in that regard. Hart looking for cover, finds help in the cross there of Sydney Black with 3:10 remaining in this one. It's a 2-point deficit for the team dressed in blue. Geyer's back for Black outside the key. Against Scales, runs by. Good save there. Waters with a key stop for Team North, her 9th on the day. Fourth quarter win points are available. Those 20 points for winning a 10-minute frame in Athletes Unlimited. For right now, it's a 2-1 advantage for Team North.
Now, another thing to note, we haven't seen Spillis or Haley Warden much throughout this entire game, so that's 2 players that we're not seeing on the field. That's less fresh legs compared to the team in purple with Charlotte North.
Rosenzweig off the roll dodge. She got kabong there, but no call. Speeding away, it's Trinity McPherson. McPherson glides in, finds Sydney Black. Pass it to the trailer. Kennedy, float that one. That was part shot, part pass. Easy pickings for Waters. The outlet finds Dorney at midfield. And after all that, with 1:53 left, we are going to see a card come out and a player up situation here.
You know, generally in fast break situations, it's easy. You move the ball, find the open. Team Kennedy just having a little bit of a difficult time in those transitions. The referees are calling a yellow card here. Stick to the face on Trinity McPherson. So the ball will be with Team North, and they will have a player up opportunity. That means 6 offensive players versus 5 defensively. The more you move the ball, the more you move those feet off ball, find some cutters, you can find the wide open player.
A chance to give Team North some added insurance. Rosenzweig, skip it over the top for North. Moreau straight away. Evans. Moreau, skip it on through to Kent. Change the formation now. Rosenzweig feeds. Becerra's drive stopped. Brilliant save there for Britt Reed to get over in the nick of time, but it's a failed clear. North on the takeaway. Charlotte fires. Reed rejects that as well. Dowdy comes up with it. Still life for the team in blue. Team Kennedy still has a chance. There is a 2-point goal in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. You got to shoot it from beyond that 8-meter key. Mastriani already has one of those today. Hart has the ball. Sydney Black on the wing.
43, shot clock, game clock.
Just about 1 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Geyersbach draws the double, then the pass was too hot to handle for Hart. It's a turnover back to Team North. The officials allowing that check from Black. She made the check out of the cross of Waters, and then we heard an immediate timeout asked for and given. All of this with just 23.7 to go. Team Kennedy's facilitator, Catherine Conway, asking for the timeout. No coaches again, Courtney, in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Facilitators are advisors, they're support staff. They're sort of like an assistant GM tomorrow night, too, when the captains draft new sides.
You know, there's a lot of coaches out on the field, a lot of assistant coaches at collegiate programs, a couple head coaches, but anytime you can have insight from anyone, every single one of these players are always willing to have their ears open and listen.
Folks, the AU Pro Shop is excited to announce that select Nike lacrosse player pennies are available for purchase this season. This limited edition style, designed with the fans in mind, won't last long. Visit shop.auprosports.com and purchase yours today. First of two games this afternoon here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. This one interrupted by a 50-minute severe weather delay. We are heading towards the matchup between Team Marino and Team Apuzzo. Those two who have been fighting neck and neck for the AU Individual Championship for the last 3 years. Check out where you can watch that game on auprolacrosse.com. Mastriani will reload. The team in blue is down by 2 with 18 seconds to go. Geyersbach favors her left. Black outside the key. On the flip, they want Mastriani to take it for 2 points. It's over top of the crossbar. 6 seconds, now 5. Aldave races in, feeds it inside. Kennedy lost it on the shuffle. Geiger takes it to safety, and Team North prevails by the final of 11-9.
And a complete game for Team North. A very back and forth effort, but she just continued to will away. Despite the fact of Team Kennedy winning that second and third quarter, she kept at it, was positive with her team, which is something Charlotte is known for. Ultimately coming up with that 2-goal win, so they are going to earn the 45-point overall win in addition to quarter 4.
Smiling for the photo op, you see the leaderboard, the colors next to the names, the jersey colors reflective of this weekend. Once the games that were postponed and suspended from yesterday are played tomorrow morning, we'll be able to settle the top 4 at the leaderboard. They'll be captains again for week 4, the final week of regular season play in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. An incredible day for Charlotte North, who had 8 golds. The player who made it stand up in goal is Kaylee Waters. She visits with Kylie Ohlmiller.
Kaylee, that was a really tight game. What kept you guys going, especially through the weather delay?
Charlotte North. Thank you, Charlotte North. But seriously, not only did she put the goals up, but she really is a true leader of this team. She really believes in all of us. And, you know, she helped give us that motivation for the defense at the, you know, towards the end when things got hard. They really stepped up and played hard, and everyone played together.
Everyone played together on the defensive end, too. So what goes into that communication between you and the defenders when it comes to a really close game like that?
Yeah, I mean, we've all kept our heads up. We've held ourselves accountable. We don't really finger point at all, and we know what we're all capable of. So, you know, we kind of let things go and focus on the next play.
Next play it is. Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Go Purple.
Kaylee Waters and that purple team, headlined by Charlotte North. A exciting 11-9 decision over Team Kennedy. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse continuing in about 15 minutes time from what we understand. Check out where you can watch on the website, auprolacrosse.com for that one. For Courtney Martinez-Connor, Kylie Ohlmiller, all the men and women in our technical crew, an outstanding job done by them. I'm Joe Beninati. Thanks so much for watching. Charlotte North with 9 of the 11 in an 11-9 thriller from Sparks, Maryland.